Welcome to the Sunday night live stream. Let's see if the stream is working live on X and YouTube. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Looks like we're live on X. Sure, we're good. Let me send this out to Discord. Dun, 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 dun. This is going to be a very short Sunday night live stream. I'm not going to sit on here for too long, but it looks like we have a nice gap up over the weekend. All right. Let's go. What time is SNL right now, baby? Now, baby? We're live. Nico, what's up? Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate you, Liv. Yes, if you're over on the YouTube side, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It is always free to hit that button. Make sure you have notifications turned on. That way you know when I do go live and also when a new video is uploaded to the channel. Same thing for X. Make sure you do have notifications turned on over there as well. And if you're on X right now watching this live stream, please do like and repost this stream. It will be recorded as always and saved onto my X profile. Along with it will be saved onto the YouTube channel. But for X, the more people that share it by liking and reposting, it'll be easier to find later. So the people that cannot attend this session here live right now, maybe they are watching football, got other, obligations to attend to right now. They can watch this charting and education session later on tonight or before market open tomorrow and get an idea and see what things we covered here. So would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Liv. Hi, Natalie. What's up, Matthew? Shutdown is over for now. Yep. Got some headlines coming out right now. Looks like Fox News said President Trump, it looks like we're getting close to the shutdown ending. You'll know very soon. So, um, yeah, leave it to Trump to have the anticipation for another headline or something for him to come out, which will be perfect fucking timing whenever he decides to announce that. So. Again, I'm not going to sit here for too long on the charts. I sent a few things out earlier today. I will cover a few of those. There's a few other ones I think I want to go over. If you're in the premium Discord, you've already seen all the charts earlier. A lot of shit on watch right now. But for right now, looking at SPY and QQQ, if you just go to the weekly, you are going to see my favorite bearish reversal signal of all time, which is the evening star at the top of an uptrend. Um, I really hope this gets invalidated. There's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish move. So really would like to see the bears fail this honestly, and we push up and rally and see new highs within the next month. I think that'd be fantastic. So still holding the weekly nine. This is 1% still a bull market. Fuck all those other people on X right now that are saying this is the top and everything. They said this was the top on the weekly chart when this candle came in, and they said it was the top again when this candle here came in. So yeah, don't listen to any of those fucking idiots. But We are 100% still in a bull market. We just retouched the weekly nine. So, I mean, the market's still looking very strong, but I can't ignore this evening start here at the highs on the weekly. Looking over at QQQ, you do have a very similar kind of evening start, not the most pretty evening star, I would say. Spies looks a lot better. Again, just retesting the weekly nine. There's nothing crazy over here on QQQ. So a lot of things closed very strong, obviously, within the last session, especially on the 4 hour chart. A lot of reversals that were happening in double bottoms. So back testing the 4 hour nine and right here on QQQ. So would love to see QQQ continue above 613.25. And then if you mark the trend line for the lower highs going into next session, we'll love to see it eventually get the move and break over this. So jumping down to a 15. Here's that zone that's right up here. Your futures, I can only play SPY instead of futures. Also, on the Discord is asking a question about options versus futures trading. Um, so that zone's going to start around 621 to 622. So for SPY, would love to see it move over 613.25, 100% positive that with the gap up overnight on futures, that has already been established. How much is SPY up in the overnight session right now? Oh, I'm on fucking QQQ. Let me pull up QQQ on here first. Q's at 615. So fantastic. So Q's is above the level on where I want it to. Now it just needs to break above this trend line, get a move to 622. Once it starts to clear above 622, I think we're looking good for the move back up near 627 and then up near the highs near 630, 638 area. Not in any squeeze on any kind of time frame as of right now for QQQ. So nothing really here. The big thing is this zone right here on the left, which we are now back above. Fantastic. So you can see this was clear resistance right over here, clear resistance, gap up, held above, and then ripper. We came all the way down. It filled the gap. It bounced, and then it consolidated here for a minute underneath the EMAs until it finally continued to close and break down. And then it got the big flush. Now we're coming back up, and it has just reclaimed that zone right there. So looking very good on QQQ for a move back up to 618 and then get a move to 622. And I think once it reclaims this zone right here, once it reclaims that zone there, I think we're going to be off to the races. And then you do have a gap to fill on Qs in the future. Keep that in mind up here, 627, 629-ish area. There's a small gap that's right there. So as of right now in the overnight session, Qs is there. So very good. Would love to see Qs hold above that spot going into next market open. And if it does, that is going to be my target zone right up there. So as of right now, the way the market's looking in the overnight session for futures and SPY and Qs, it's looking good right there. So let me go ahead and get a screenshot of that. That's what I'm watching right there on Qs. And then for SPY, not in any squeeze on any kind of time frame here either. Let me hit this trend line real quick. I want to hit this one, but also here, I think is almost more important for right now. SPY needs to get over like 674. Once it breaks over 674, it needs to get a move closer to that 680 area. 680 will probably be the big test there. So SPY right now in the overnight session is 674.7. So SPY is right there right now. So that's good because I want it above like 674 area above right there. So as of right now, SPY is above this trend line above this level. So I want to see continuation to move up here closer to 680 psych level tomorrow. So overall, looking good again. Higher time frame has the evening star, bearish reversal, but still holding the weekly nine. I really want it to get invalidated. I want it to break these lower highs, get a move up here, and I think again on QQQ for that level that's up there, and for SPY it's here at 680. I think once we see a break and base above that, we'll have a good chance of going back up to and testing those previous highs near 690, and then hopefully see new all-time highs within a few weeks. So those are the two things for SPY and QQQ. Very simple, very happy with the gap up that we have as of right now. I sent a few charts out earlier. The ones I sent were Meta and Poet, and then I sent a few others. I believe I sent Oracle and XOM and I think I sent DraftKings as well. So we can cover that. Let me pull up DKNG real quick. So I learned this the other day in the Discord. I bought more shares at $26. I mean, DraftKings been getting its freaking ass kicked. So I marked $26 at 26 to 25 area. Look over here back in 2023. So November of 2023. It's right here where that area held, and it got a nice push above. It just retested it now. So again, here to here, 2 years later, getting a nice bottom wick that's on it. So I really like it for the shares. I am going to be selling cover calls, cash secure puts on DraftKings whenever I can. I do the same thing with Rivian. I think Rivian's very easy to do that. I own Rivian at like 1252 overall is my cost basis on the shares, and then every time it dips underneath that, I sell cash secured puts, and every time it rips up closer to $16, I sell covered calls on it. Been doing that over and over again. So I'm looking for another name to accumulate shares down here for a pretty cheap price. So um, right now. I think that can be DraftKings for me, buying it on this dip and then being able to, if it ends up getting a push back up to, the mid 40s, being able to sell covered calls in the mid 50s. But if it does go underneath 25 bucks, being able to sell cash secured puts getting closer down to $20 cycle level area. So overall, again, I like that area right here on DraftKings for a bounce. So looking for a move. To the upside. Look at this daily candle that it got when it tested this area. I mean, absolutely fucking ridiculous. So, would love to see a little bit of continuation upside. My target as of right now, going into next week's trading session, I'm looking for 32 to 33, very close target. I think if it starts to push above that, then we'll see that move closer to 36. So keep an eye on that one. Another name that looks like absolute shit was Oracle. Oracle just filled the entire daily gap that it got from earnings back in September and some. So Oracle, I mean, absolutely looks disgusting. But that's when I think it can, you know, be the best time to take advantage of a name like this. So looking at Oracle right here, you go get your fib. I've been using the April lows a lot on a few of these names. And if you run it up to that high, look where your 50% retracement is. So if I get rid of that level that I put there, look at your where the 50% retracement is. Right here, right at 232, right? The bottom of that candle is 232.35 on the weekly. So from April lows to these previous swing highs, it hit the 50% retracement right after filling that daily gap to the downside. So I really do. And it got a nice little green close on that candle. Not like a very strong hammer candle, but something similar to this bad boy right over here. Nice little green-ish doji with a lower bottom wick on it, showing that buyers are present in that area. And it did get a little continuation afterwards. So after this big overextension as of right now, Let me turn on RSI is almost at 30. It's at 32. So uh, getting close to that oversold territory again after hitting that weekly 50% retracement area after filling the gap. Would like to see a little bit of a relief bounce here on Oracle. So if we get above at 243, 244 area, let me see where it's actually sitting at in the overnight session. It's at 244 right now. It's literally at 244. It is right like there. It's right there. So that's beautiful because I want it to get above right here. So Oracle, I think, looks good. Looking for calls mainly for December 19th on Oracle. Most likely looking around the 270 area. Maybe some January 2026s, but going to be looking at 1219 for majority of my swing trades going into the week. That's the expiration I'm going to be looking at. So keep Oracle on watch. Again, Poet is another one. Nice little area of support down here. Go to your weekly. I think you can hit a trend line right here. I want to say, what if you do from like this low all the way to that high? Wow, 50% retracement. Again, it's fucking wild how that works. So, Poet, I'm looking at $7 call swings for closer expiration. I don't think I'm gonna do November 21s. I might do November 21s for potential day trades if the stock has like significant or just relative strength with a lot of momentum and good volume coming in for a really nice trend day. I'll probably end up taking the November 21st calls. But for swings, it's probably going to be looking at 1219 again. Also going to be looking at $10 call swings for some leaps on this name. So most likely going to be January 2027. So again, if you go hit these lows from down here up to those highs, it's right there at the 50%. So higher low trend line as well, right there. $5 psych level, a lot of good areas right here where it's previously been tested, and this is what ripped the stock higher. So just a retest after this massive downside. RSI is not too overextended, but after just getting this big move to the downside and seeing this nice little green hammer, or I guess not hammer because it has a really large green body on it, which is still a very bullish sign. But hitting that area right here, I think looks pretty pretty good for a little bit of a balance play back to $6 and $7. So keep Poet on watch. I called this out on the Friday stream on YouTube with the Wolf team, which was meta calls off 602. I took METU shares in my IRA. I called that one out on live the second it got filled, and also METU $35 calls for February 2026 as well, right when Meta hit 602. It couldn't have been more of a freaking perfect entry. I caught like a $20 ripper on Meta that day. Look, it was right there. And it's a Morningstar reversal off the low. That is like the number one freaking trade that I will freaking full port my account every time when I see something like that. A Morningstar reversal off a key level that I have like that. I mean, this was the signal that's all I needed. And if you look at the timestamp for my entry on everything, and when I took this, it was right here on this candle down here. So beautiful. Still looking for continuation on the same because if you do look at Meta, it was getting its ass kicked this entire time prior while market was trying to figure itself out. Meta had already been crushed prior for earnings, and then it had continuation downside. So it just filled this gap over yonder. It just filled that gap and getting a nice green daily hammer candle off of that. So looking for continuation. to 630 and 635. I think once it starts to break above that, you can get a really nice move to the upside. So going to be watching, honestly, some 700 plus dollar call swings on Meta for a 12/19 expiration going into this week. This is one of my top names. Again, METU as well, $35 calls for February 2026. And I also just bought shares of that stock for the first time. I can show you what that one is. Again, METU, very similar, green hammer candle right down here. And bought the shares at 27.93, if I'm not mistaken. And go pull up my account. And then I also sent the alert out. IRA. METU shares at $27.93. So since I took those shares, the low was 27.50. So I missed it by 43 cents, and now those shares are already up 7%. The calls for February 2026 are actually up 20% already, which is nice. So still looking for a bigger move there. And then also, again, looking at META with this one. Um, Other than that, there's a few other names I'm looking at. Like, I'm still looking at UPS. I've already drilled that into a lot of people's heads, and it was uh, 100% banger, and they both went in the money, both trades. I'm still looking at UPS. I think it looks great. Don't sleep on FedEx. I sent this one out as well. It's already getting the move right here. Here's this giant freaking squeeze. It's been saying upside for a minute. We broke over 245. I still want this bad boy higher to 270, 285. So don't sleep on FDX. Again, UPS as well. Bought it down here off the lows, caught this huge ripper up here for $100 calls to go in the money. A little bit of pullback to retest the weekly EMAs. Want to see it continue to hold above this and cruise up higher. So again, UPS and FDX, keep those names on watch as well. Keep an eye on JP Morgan. Keep an eye on Morgan Stanley. I really do like these two. Still, you have a nice Morningstar reversal off your weekly 21. Honestly, just want to see continuation and see the move higher here. Morgan Stanley has a really nice daily trend line that it just hit as well. Got a really strong buy and bottom wick off that one and reclaim the daily 21. So want to see the same thing as well. See if the financial sector can get a nice bounce and get a move back upside. Again, I think JPM and Morgan Stanley can be really nice ones, but keep an eye on ticker C, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, WFC, and Bank of America, BAC as well. Um, I mean, that's about it, guys. I'm watching a firm. I'm watching eBay. I'm watching XOM and Oxy. That'll be the last one I cover right now. I'll go look at the chat here in just a second. But I've been charting this freaking piece of shit for the longest time. So, because look at the squeeze. Look how long this freaking thing. It was in a squeeze and then it fired upside, broke. So this is what this piece of shit did. So sat in the squeeze for the longest time. Had a nice little potential inverse head and shoulders. Fantastic. Caught the breakout right here. Fantastic. Squeeze fired, broke it upside. Then it retraced, pulled back down, hit the trend line again, hit the 21, and it bounced and started going again. And now it started another freaking squeeze. So I want to see XOM hold 115, and I want to see this thing go to 120 and then beyond. So it's in another weekly squeeze. It's looking good. Breakout, retest, pushing back up. So keep an eye on that one. This name, Oxy, OXY, doesn't look the same. Could be a higher low right here. I like these bottom wicks currently on the weekly. The main thing I'm watching though is if you go to the monthly here. So It has an evening star that rejected the 21, which I don't like whatsoever. But if you just hit no, look, there's a morning star off this low right here as well. If you hit this trend line right here, it could potentially hold right here, pop back up, invalidate the evening star, which would be very, very bullish. Again, nothing, same thing with SPY, right? But most of the time you want to see an evening star at the top of an uptrend, but this one was retesting the 21 after a move downside, so I still classify that as like a little bit of a bearish signal. But high or low, and if XOM starts to run, if Oxy starts to run, it invalidates that evening star, and those names start to push higher. I think it could get a move back up to 55, realistically, and it is in a squeeze on the weekly right now. It is moving to the downside, but it hasn't fired to the downside, and it's been it for a minute. So if it does push back up and reclaim, it will go back neutral, potentially start to curl upside and then fire upside. The invalidation of that evening star, while that squeeze is still forming and it starts to curl and then flip bullish, that invalidation would line up with that squeeze to fire and get the push higher, closer to that, $55 area for potential upside. So keep that name on watch. Can also, I drew this earlier. You can also go to Oxy right now. This is what led me to it. If you hit the high right here for this trend line, you see right here it was rejecting the daily 21. If you draw the trend line down right here, I mean, do you want to articulate a falling wedge, breakout, reversal, upside? So I mean, I think if it does get back above the daily moving averages and gets back above 42, you'll see that move back up closer to 45, 46, and then after that 50, and then larger time frame. If the weekly and monthly start to invalidate that bearish move, they can get the push back up. Once it gets above 50, invalidate that, get the move up here closer to 55, 56. So keep that one on watch as well. Tesla, Meta requesting Netflix, pretty please. What about him? CRM, UNH, UPST, PayPal, LOL. Stay away from PayPal. PayPal looks like shit. Don't touch it. UPST is not too bad. Personally, I think you should look at Affirm, but it had this big inverse head and shoulders and it failed the $60 area and it dumped downside. If you look at the monthly chart here, you do have potential like freaking higher lows, but overall, I wouldn't really focus on UPST. I like Affirm a little bit better. I like the higher lows on Affirm. The monthly is retesting the 9 right here. Go to your weekly chart. Retest is 65, strong green hammer. Go to your daily. Daily 200 off that support, about to break the lower high trend line. So in my opinion, I say push UPST off to the side and go look at AFRM. This is one of my top watches for the week as well. Not too much on Tesla, honestly. Nothing really on Netflix other than the fact that it did have a little bit of relative strength recently. But I mean, it's not looking the best overall. The 4 hour started to get a really nice move upside, but I'm not too interested in Netflix just yet. I don't like the way the daily looks down here as of right now. I needed something a little bit more interesting than that. Someone said hymns. Watching hymns because it did just hit. I got the spot right there. This 40 $41 area. If it can continue to hold and reclaim 41, I am looking for a move back up to 45, 46 on hymns. I am watching this as well for potential upside. I do own him shares, so I don't mind selling cash secured puts and covered calls in this name for extra premium, but it is back testing this area right here. So zoom out, look left, look at the reactions that happened last time this area was tested, and it just re-entered into that area. Went a little bit lower, but they did put a lower wick on it and close it right at that spot. So if buyers do step in and continue to hold 40, 41 on HIMS, I am going to target 45, 46 back upside 100%. Death Cross on Netflix. Yeah, I don't think it's looking good yet. SMCI not looking too good. I'm not too concerned with Hood either. We already did Meta. Just go back and watch the recording when this is done. So, but again, trying to keep this short, sweet, to the point. We covered SPY, Qs, DraftKings, Meta, METU, Oracle. Um, Little thing on JPM, Morgan Stanley, Oxy, and XOM, and spilled a little bit of the beans for a firm. I'm watching eBay. I'm watching NEE and VST and FDX, FedEx, along with UPS. I'm watching Shopify and Pinterest. I'm also watching Visa, and I think that's about all the main ones. So that someone said, can I play November calls? December calls on Oracle is expensive for me. I don't know. It's up to you. What I'm looking at on Oracle, I need more time. The thing with Oracle, if you've never traded Oracle, the premiums move very quickly. It's a very volatile options chain. So the fact that it's based on a larger time frame and I want to give it more time to play out, I'm not interested in November 21st just because of the fact that that's way too close of an expiration for me. I think if you take it for a day trade, for an intraday scalp, or maybe a nice move on a 15, 30-minute chart, perfectly fine. That's exactly what I would take as November calls. But Oracle again, larger picture, look at that name. I'm looking for a bigger move. I'm not looking for a 15-minute candle to take it up, $2, $3. I'm looking for a 20, 30, potential $40 move on this name, potentially upside if it goes. So if that's the case, then yeah, I got to put a little bit more money where my mouth is and go out to those Decembers, potentially Januaries, get more time and buy those more expensive contracts. But that's just the setup that I'm seeing. The setup that I'm seeing right now is based on a larger time frame, larger money. Again, so I think if for an intraday day trade, if you see something on a 15, 30 minute, yeah, I think November calls are fantastic. And I might do that if I see something interesting for a day trade. As of right now, I'm looking more larger for a swing trade. So I am going a little bit farther out for my expiration as of right now for this trade setup and my thesis on it. So that's the reason why, CJ. So, but that's it for me, guys. Appreciate everyone who tuned into the live stream. Again, please do like and repost this stream because it is going to be recorded and saved. Um, so appreciate you. TTD, don't touch it. It's been a short. If you've been short TTD, congratulations. If you're not short TTD, don't chase it. And also don't try to long it or catch the falling knife on TTD. It's not ready. That's just my opinion. So. So that's it for me, guys. Appreciate you all. How many people turned into 1,600? Appreciate you guys. Where are we at on the YouTube channel, Liv? Hey, we're almost at 2.1 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Let's see if we can get up to 2.1 on the YouTube channel. If you're watching this right now on X, go to um my I have a link. It's the one that's on the screen. It should be up there right now. The caseytrades.io. That's the website. I think if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the website, there should be something there that has like the X logo, the Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube that should be on there. You can click on that. It'll take you to my YouTube channel. Or just go to YouTube, type in Casey Trade 777, and then you'll find the YouTube channel. And go like and subscribe to that. Let's get to 2.1K. So appreciate everyone who tuned into the live stream tonight. Sorry I had to cut it short, but we covered a lot of fucking charts in a short amount of time. So appreciate you all. Appreciate you. Have a great night as well. Um, Might as well do NVIDIA. I don't know. I got full position on my puts for NVIDIA when I called out top and it went to 185, 180, and that post went viral. and I made like $1.7 million. I'm still holding full position, and Nvidia's going to 170. So that's a lie, guys. It's a troll. Don't listen to any of these fucking idiots on Twitter. So, all right. Love you all. Premium Discord team. I'll see you guys here on the live stream over in the Discord for the live trading and live stream session tomorrow. If you're not in the Premium Discord, if you want to come hang out with an amazing group of traders, it is not only me, it is myself and a few others for a day trade, swing trade of options, but also futures as well. Entries, exits, just live streaming, live teaching, and live trading every single day. We have almost 9,000 people in our community. Absolutely love our community that we have built over here. So if you want to come hang out, click the link that's up there on the screen, also in my bio. Make sure you use code KCT50, KCT50 on the premium monthly. It discounts down to $50. I did just add 50 more spots of that the other day. Because someone messaged me, they said, "Hey, that code's not working." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "They've all been used." So I opened up 50 more for $50 a month forever for the premium Discord. So you can come do that if you want to use any other, if you want to do like the full access, which includes all the MMK algos and indicators or the annual lifetime, just use code KC30. It's 30% off any one purchase. Use that shit because it'll just, uh, if you buy like the lifetime, it'll save you a shitload more money if you don't want to do like every monthly like subscription shit. So use that one there. But I'll see you guys in the morning for the live trading session. I am a guest speaker on the Wolf X Spaces this week. And again, I'll be on the Friday YouTube stream with the Wolf team for Friday Fun for our Tesla Zero DTEs. Even though we didn't hit it last week, we did hit a few other ones as well that went in the money. So let's do it again. But let's have an amazing trading week. And I will catch everybody tomorrow.